breathe in. We're going to welcome the breath to our lungs, welcome the movement to our body as people are coming in. You got it. Add on a heel calf raise. And I'm going to keep on going with those calves so we can lift up our heels and lower. And I want us to feel like each of the toes has weight. So we're starting with calf raises, breath through the nose, a breath out of the nose. So inhale, exhale through the nose, out through the nose. And each of your toes has equal weight. Nice. Now we're going to add on, I'll show you from the side, we're going to add on a toe and heel. So I don't know if you can see, right? Toes and heels. I'll make the arms a little fuller. Toes. So notice I'm not doing this for the toes. I'm keeping my hips the same, so you can see that. But what I'm trying to do is make it from my ankle. So the ankle joint, shins. I'm not doing that to make it happen. Good. That's it. Let me see. That looks good. And this is the anti-shuffling muscle, and also good for balance and preventing falls. So shins. So now both sides of our legs are working, of the lower legs. Now we're going to scoot right into a single calf raise. If you prefer to use a roller, you can use it, or if you just want to use a wall, or if you want to use a dresser, that's okay. Something though for a little help. Now you're still doing that equal weight across the toes. We're taking 10 here. These are really important muscles for preventing vessels from having too much on them at the bottom of our chain. Do 10 on the other side to help blood go back up to the heart. 2, this is the second heart of the body, the soleus. 3, right behind the gastroc. 4, the calves. 5, 6, 7, long knee. Good. 8, hips are level. All right, we're going to do a second set of the 10. So I'm going to turn to you just so you can see. All I'm doing is wrapping one foot behind. That's all you have to do is just get the foot out of the way. Try to maintain your upright posture. Whoops. A little hand on something helps. And we're doing 10 on each. So 10 on each again. This is the second set. Try to keep that knee long of the working leg. Sometimes it has an energy leak where the knee pokes forward. But your body should get taller. You should be growing. And we're going to do a third set. So 3 sets of calves. Hold on if you need. Yeah, so that you can concentrate on your form and your ankle gets strengthened. It's not kicking out to the side. So I like isolating these calves every now and then. And then the other. Do you feel if one's lighter or not as strong as the other? Or doesn't feel as coordinated? This is a great activity to even that up. Nice. Oh, that's a great trick. Now I'm going to get rid of that. Grab a sip if you want, and then we're going to come back to do the leg muscles. Now, 10 squats, so heels are in line. I'll call them chair squats. Self-select your range of motion. Try to feel even on each leg, but there's a neat trick that if you do 10 to 15 squats 30 minutes after you eat, you can lower that right, Karen? You can lower that circulating blood, so or glucose. So basically that, or a 10-minute walk. Try 4 more and think about your knees. Everybody's knees I see looks good. Yeah, that's good, Cole. I can see your weights going back. Now, the next one is we're going to do a squat with 1 foot. So find or self-select your range of motion, lift up a foot, and if you need to, hold on, but I'm going to try not to, right? 10, good. 2, so we're trying to stay stable. 3, 4, 5, good. 6, lower a half an inch more than you can. 9, one challenge could be you stand up without using your hands. Get your blood pressure back. There's mine. Sit. Shift your foot over and, okay, 10. Get ready, and then come up. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Hold on to something, a wall, a roller, lift up a foot. Now a single leg squat, you're going to regulate, you will tilt forward in this, how low you go. Some of you might want to put a block underneath your shin, try to touch the block in the vertical or some type of height that's consistent with your healthy challenge. The knee that's bending is in traction with the second toe and middle hip. You are breathing. You are hip extending every time, so you're in a good posture, and your head's pulling back. Make sure your head pulls back too. Yeah. 9. Good. One more. All right, so as you're ready, you're going to do the other side. I'm just changing to show. You don't have to actually switch if you've got something good to hang on to. Then you go up. Nice. 2. Now to see if one leg feels different. But this gets better with practice. We isolate the legs, and then you have to get stronger in that leg. Your hips will go forward on this. 7. Try to keep your torso square. Try not to let it twist. 8. Try 2 more. Try 1 more. Good. All the way up, Betty. Here. Yeah, like someone took your picture. There you go. All right, guys. Great job. Grab a sip. We're going to do a little bit of pliancy. So lower body. And this one is called pogo stick. So exactly. What is pliant? The ankles and the feet. So does it feel pretty good? And if it does, right leg only, about 10 or 15. And if that's still feeling good, about 10 or 15 on the left. 10 more on the right, pliant. 10 more on the left. So does one feel different? And then one on the right, sorry, one set of 10 on the right, you're a pogo, and one on the left. So you want to keep those feet flexible. Now on the next one, if you would like, you're going to do a big jump for 6. That's really good bone density. So you self-regulate. You can always do a calf raise. 1, if you need a backup plan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. All right, now this one, I'm going to mix it in. Get your heart rate lower. Duck walk. You sit down, do about 10 forward. Duck walk forward. Drop your booty more than you lean forward. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then we're also going to be doing duck walk back. Work your ankles if you know that's an issue for you. I'm going to go forward just because of my space, and then duck walk back as well. Do you feel your legs? Yeah. Nice. And then gently come on back. Now we're going to mix it up with a different angle. This works inner thigh, outer thigh. So I've got a pretty big second position. Heels, but it should be feeling like anatomically congruent. Your femurs should feel like they're natural in the acetabulum. Nothing feels odd. And 6 and 7. Try to pretend there's a scale under each foot and it's evenly weighted. And then stay here in a little squat. 10, bounce with the squat, 2, 4. Like you're on a football and you're bouncing. 8, 9, and then hold it for 10, just squeeze. A little lower. An inch lower. Inhale, and then come on up. Nice job. Take a little break. This is going to be 4. Oh, let's grab a sip. Good, Betty. Grab a sip. And this is a dynamic balance drill. So just take 3 circles each way with one leg. Try not to touch the floor. Try to go the other way 3, or do go the other way. Dynamic balance. And then do 3 on the other side. Big. And 3. So we have a little bit of core. Nice. Now this is for vestibular. Hinge forward. Once you find a place you can do 3 circles with the leg that's in the air each way. 3 the other way. Lower down, take a hinge. Once you find a challenge, whoops, take 3 circles and 3 circles. And then come back. The next challenge is to sit in a malasana from here. If that does not work, grab a yoga block. Sit in a malasana and hold. 5. Good. You did it. All right. If you would like, you can stand up from here. No hands. Next one is 1 foot forward. I'll say right, left foot back, lower. Wrap your foot around. Sit down. You're on the ground. Try no hands. Right foot solid. Push up. Left foot front. Right foot back. Good. Lower. Whip the tail around your ankle. Sit down on the floor. Come back till your left foot's flat. Push your right toes. Good. Now optional, crisscross applesauce. You can also use a block. Sit down. Come up. Cross. Good. Sit down. Push up. Nice job, guys. And remember, you can always use a block or something. The next one is shins together. Lower. Nice. If you want, you can add a little camel. And then shins, toes, feet, and up. Nice job. Good. Grab a sip. We'll come back down. Hot dog. Great job. And you're going to lie down on your back, and we're going to do a hip extension, longish knees. So for now, just lift your hips 10 times. So it's kind of like bridge, but the knees are a little longer. Just wake up your back body. Now I'd like to add on that if you want to, you can stay here, but if you want to add on a little move, your arms go up and you lift your hips and then you pop up 5 times to teaser, but you can also just stay down as your modification. 2, 3, good. 4, 1 more, 5. Awesome. Grab a sip. We're going to get to our belly next. Good. So just sprinkling some moves in. Congratulations on your strength. And we're going to do belly downs. And at first, let your hands be low, kind of like an I. Now, lift up your back and lift up your toes and your knees. Now, lift up your arms 10 more times higher. Recover for a moment and just adjust your arms more like a letter T. Now everything lifts, your torso, your knees, your toes. And now lift the arms 10 times in that T. Recover. Let your arms go more like a Y. And then lift up your upper body, lift up your toes and knees, and your arms are going to do a Y 10 times higher. 10. And then recover. Let's do a windshield wipe or a child's pose. You choose. So you choose. Nice. And then, Betty, I might have you lower your screen just a hair. I don't have as good of a view as you as I usually do. So when you're ready, we're going to, just a little bit. And then when you're ready, we're going to do plyometric back. So the possible move is arms like a Y, legs like a little V. Lift everything up and come down. Lift everything up and come down. If that's too much, do this with your hands low. 3. We're doing 10 if you can. 4. Some sort of 10. 5. So if you need to modify, that's okay. 6. 7. Back body strong. 8. 9. 10. All right, we're going to child's pose it together here, and you can pull your toes under if you're craving a foot stretch like I am. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hands and knees. Now we're going to do a cat-cow, but I want to offer that if your wrist needs something different, you can always grab a couple of hand weights and fold your fingers under the empty space, or you could just knuckle fold. Do a cat-cow here and get that back cared for. If you care to do a different posture, it's down dog, up dog articulation for 5. Otherwise, just stick with your cat-cow. But please choose what you need for your body. Breathe in today and tuck. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And recover. Take a little breather, and I'm going to grab a sip too. You're doing great. Now I'm prepping us for a little bit of upper body, so I'm going to introduce the plank for us. The cat-cow we just did was deliberate preface move because it's a good modification if you need to not do plank. But at first, let's just hit a plank together. Upper body's involved, abs are involved. Thinking about those standards that we have and how we're blowing them out of the water. Take another count of 10. 3, 2. Now, the pelvis will come down. You're already in a sphinx, but if you'd like one more step, go into a swan. So I'm going to show the swan. The hands are on the ground. The elbows still rotate down. 5, 4. Feels so good. 3. All right, lower your torso and lift up both legs towards the sky. Lower your legs and lift up your torso and then push yourself higher. And then your upper body lowers, your legs go up, and lift your upper back and then add your hands. And then lower. So this is a swan, a full swan. Now, if you would like, you can stay up for another count of 10. I'm going to hold here with the hands, but if you need a modification, forearms. 10. Now breathe into your upper back. Breathe into the right and left side of the rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, lower, bend the knees. Now we're in our ankles here, so hands to ankles or feet. Now get ready. Go up into the bow pose. Very powerful pose because it opens your front body and it strengthens your back. Good. Breathe. Relax for a moment. We're going to do it again or take the other ankle, whatever you need to do. Here we go. Coming up. Hi, girl. Hi. And then up. Try to lift a little higher. I think you can. Yeah. And then recover, child pose. Push back. And I'm going to do a knee wide child's pose to open up the inner thighs a little bit and let the diaphragmatic breath be the focus. Breathe into the diaphragmatic breathing. I was listening to an Andrew Huberman podcast, and breathing in through your nose helps regulate hormones. So I did not know that. So there's all sorts of reasons to breathe in and out the nose, so we're going to do that. Now take an inhale. Your feet are on the ground and your knees are bent, and we're going to roll down. Betty, if you want to go down a little faster, you're welcome to. I'm just sort of offering a 5 count here with control. And let's take a full body stretch while we're here. So breathe in, open up the arms. And then let your hands down to the floor, and let's go to a traditional bridge, but we're going to change it up a little bit. So I do want your toes up. So do you remember those shin muscles we talked about? You're in your heels, but I want you to really activate your shins by pulling all your toes up. So now the shins are also working. Now lift up your hips and lower them all the way. So there's a lot to think of. So for this, just really pull your toes up. I mean, you might even feel like you can feel your shins working. So I can actually feel my shins working. And now think about the hamstrings and the glutes. Now, can you lift up a foot? And I'm going to still pull the toes back. So notice how the top leg, the toes are pulled back. I'm going to try to work these shins. Try to work the left shins. Now go up and down 10. Try to keep those shins active. So really pull your toes back. And make sure you're breathing. And then let that right heel down. And then you're really going to pull your right shin into contraction. Left toes up. Pull those toes back. 10. Try to feel your shins. 5, as well as your hamstrings, of course. Can you feel that? We need those muscles for balance. And then now we're going to take a break. So don't worry about contracting anything. Just relax these muscles. You might even add a rock. 5. Inhale. Nice. This time when you go down, you're going to be on the ball of your feet all equally. Lift up your heels. Okay? So just do an up and down with your heels in the air this time. And you're going to feel a low grade sustained contraction on the lower leg. So just lifting up. And now you've got it. So we're going to do one leg and just keep that gentle point. Leave the left heel off the ground. 10 of these. Both legs are pointed now. Now we're going to take the foot that's in the air down. It's now lifted off the heel. Feel it off the heel. Left leg is up in a point. Go all the way down. Sometimes I accidentally forget to go down to the sacrum. Go all the way down. 9. And the lower ankle muscles should feel like they are working today. And then hug in and move your ankles and move your toes. Nice job. Really good. And then grab a little hands underneath your thighs and pop up, grab a sip. Nice job. So I warmed up our arms just a moment ago. I was telling you, and the reason is I wanted to do some push-ups. So the arms are awakened and you have a backup plan. You could do a plank again if you don't want to do push-ups, or you could do them on the wall. You can do them on the floor. So my intention is to just get the upper body. Usually this is more tricep pec. So you can do them standing. You can do a plank if you need to. You can do them on your knees. Try 10 to 12 arm strengthening movements. Yeah. There you go. And you want to feel like your abs are helping you. So an arm movement that helps the abs, yeah. In the core. Nice. 5 more. And then recover when you're ready. Nice. So if someone were to fall, the tricep is what catches you. And so it's important to have strong. Grab a sip. Good job. The other one similar. It's going to be your feet in front. Now this is reverse plank, reverse table. Hold for 10. And Cole, you might like this with your elbows on the, yeah. And just hold. Try to lift your hips. Try to feel like your hips are even to the ceiling. And keep holding. 5 more. 4 more. Good. Yep. 3, 2. Inhale. And then exhale, lower. Nice. I want to give us just a little bit of a stretch. Interlace your fingers and then massage. Nice. And then a little bit of a balance while we're here. So we're going to be off the wrist for a minute. You can hold on to your toes or your feet. You can stretch out a leg. You can stretch out another. You can stretch out both. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Maybe go low together. All right, I'm going to turn just so I can see you, but try to get the legs closer. 5, 4, 3, 2, and if you want, let go and hold. 5, 4, 3, good. 2, and 1. Awesome job. Grab a sip. If you care to get your foam roller on these next ones, we're going to do a little bit with the ab planks and the foam roller. And it's up to you because you can do all this without the foam roller. But if you can, forearms down, legs back. I do like to internally rotate. This way we're rolling out those shin muscles that we just worked. The first one is a knee under and knee long, like an inchworm. Would pull the knee under and the knees under, knees long. Breathe in and out. 4, and go for 10. 5, keep going. To adjust. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you're going to take a little breather. Good job. This one's going to be oblique inchworm. So the knees are going to go to the left, go to plank, and then to the right. So we're going to do 10 total. Start long, and then bend your knees to the left and go long. Bend your knees to the right. Bend your knees to the left. Bend your knees to the right. You got it. Try 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover. Rest for a moment. All right, the next one is going to be that your hips lift like a upside down V. Your arms are on the mat. We're going to do 10. Internally rotate the legs and lift your hips. 10, plank. 2, dolphin. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and recover. Nice job. Take a little breather. And we're going to mix this up. So grab your plank or grab your foam roller on your sacrum side. I've got my sacrum close so that all I have to do is lift the hips and then put it underneath. Notice the hands are on either side, so I have a little way to stand, keep it still. Go up. Now one leg really long and low. I'm going to touch the heel to the floor, and one long really low. So it's like a little knee bend. That's okay. It's still going to be a psoas stretch. It's still going to be a hamstring stretch. So this one's scissors. Stretch it out. To me, it's very enjoyable. I hope you like the feeling, so your legs are free, kind of like when you're in a warm lake or a warm swimming pool. So really free legs. Now we're going to put them together, move them as a unit in a circle. When you lower your legs, you really have to keep your ribs gently pulling down with your abs because you don't want your low back to get more extended. So go as slow as you need, but enjoyable big circles. And again. And then we're going to go the other way. So around, and I'm adding a little flex and point if you'd like to add on something with the ankles for balance, for foot care. One more. Now I'm going to readjust a little. Mine has slid away, so if yours has, take a humongous bicycle and stretch out those hips. Stretch out those hips. Yeah, if you can glide a foot to the ground, go for it. Try the other way and just scuff the bottom of your foot on the floor like you've got mud on your shoe and you've got to get it off. 4, 3, 2, 1, then legs up. Now point and open. I got to get away from the wall. And you can point and flex. And try to feel your inner thighs stretching. Stretching. Oops. Stretching. 5, 4, 3, 2. And this one is for neurology, neuroplasty. So it's called helicopter. Scissor, scissor, circle. scissor, scissor, circle, scissor, scissor, circle, scissor, scissor, and the legs are opposite each other in that circle like a helicopter. Scissor, scissor, circle. Good. Scissor, scissor, circle. Awesome. So for now, just hug your legs in for a minute and readjust if you need to. And then take one leg long and one leg down, one leg up, one leg down, and stretch it out. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome. And then try the other one. Woo! Do you feel any difference in one leg? 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Nice. And then we're going to put both down, but you'll want to scoot this away from you just a little till it's closer to your glute hamstring. And then open up your hip flexors. Breathe fully. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slide your feet up just long enough to get rid of that and see how your back is. When you lie down, does it feel a little bit flatter? And then you can either take bridges, or if you want to just take about 3 roll-ups, you'll peel that back off the floor and then go over. So either a little bridging or roll up. So inhale, good girls, that's it. Inhale, enjoy. Exhale. Isn't that nice? It's like a little bit more of your body touches. Good, and either bridges or just do 3 of these neck pulls, which is where you hinge, you flex, you come up, hinge, flex, good, and one more. And then lower, and then just all together take a bridge and hold. If you want to add an interlaced finger position, you can. That's going to open up the hips and the shoulders. 10, 5, and release your arms and lower down. Now I'm going to kick up just to grab a sip of water. We're going to do a little belly down with the roller if you want. So grab a sip. Good job, by the way. Hi, Cassie. Awesome timing. All right, belly down, guys, and grab your arms a little bit wide, like a V on the roller, but if you don't have it, don't worry, just use your floor. So I know we have a collective goal of helping prevent forward head, so come on up with your inhale. Come on, and forward back. You're doing great. So just about 10 at your own pace. Yep, up, up, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then stay up. Here we go. 10, lower. Let's do 2 more of those. 10. Good job. Go up. Here we go. 10. Lower. And then we're going to do it one more time. Come up. 10. And then relax. Now, this is out of the way. You can leave your arms as if they're a pillow for your head or your cheek. Lengthen just the left leg up and the right leg up. Hip extension wakes up the glutes and hamstrings. See if you can feel, are they each leg going up as high as the other? Are they going up? And is it restriction on the front? Or can you help it out with your focus? Now, very similarly, your arms are going to add on. So let's take a Y, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Breathe in, and out. Now, if you want to make it harder, the advanced swimming is all the limbs off the ground, and keep that thing going where you're right, left, diagonal, posterior chain. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 2 more, and recover to a child's pose. We're going to add on an elbow bend this time, so your triceps get a soft stretch. Come up to hands and knees for a moment, and right foot towards the sky, left hand to the ankle or so, and push up. 10. Good. Any variation? 5. Yeah, see how this helps forward head? You're pulling your head back. 2. Yeah, nice, even nicer. 3, 2. Recover, and then the other side. So even if you have to kind of drop form to get the hand to foot, then pull back up like your head's got a magnet and wants to go up to the sky. 10. Breathe in. And then exhale, some type of child's pose. I'm going to walk our hands over to one side and see if you can feel your lat stretch. Open up that rib cage. Walk your hands over to the other. Open up that rib cage. Awesome. Grab a sip, and then we're going to do a little breaststroke. So all these are good for the shoulder and the upper back. Belly down. You're going to pretend you can make as big a circle as you want, since it doesn't really, our breathing in water isn't really affected. So you just take a huge circle, go up with your torso. Now, an option would be to add a flutter kick leg. 7. Good. 6. Let the scapula glide. 5. We all want some healthy shoulders, right? 4. So feel the scapula glide. 3, 2, and 1. And then let your hands be a pillow. Now both legs come up, and you're going to tap the feet together, horizontal adduction, about 20 times. Work the hamstrings, work the glutes. The neck is soft though, right? So you're feeling like you can let go of jaw tension. And then relax for a moment. One more here, and pretend that you have triangles for arms on your side. Your knuckles can be near your temples. Lift up your right shoulder and your left leg. Yeah, and then lower. Lift up your right leg and your left shoulder. So keep going. Thoracic rotation with extension. Extension with rotation. Opposite limbs. The head comes up too. Good. Upper back. Hamstring. Glute. It's that posterior chain that is so critical for healthy walking, healthy gait. 4, 3, 2, hot dog. Let's do a little child's pose of some sort, and then if you have your roller, I'll show you a little stretch for that. It's kind of easy or simple, so I kind of like it for that reason. So all you do is hook your elbows, and you can see I'm trying to put it kind of high. And like if you look at me from the side, look how that's so nice on the shoulders. So it's just keeping it there. If you've been working at your desk or got lost in a book, this is a nice one. And then if you feel like you're pretty comfortable, you can sway. This could be done standing. This can be done high kneeling. Yeah, 5, 4. You should feel like it kind of helps you keep your shoulders in place. 3, where they want to be. Like if you get a massage and someone pushes your shoulders down on the table. 2, inhale, and exhale. Nice job. And then let that go. Awesome job, guys. We're going to work a little frontal plane. So on your side, you're going to take one arm like a pillow. So this is exercises that are in a different plane that we tend to live in. So this is frontal plane. So at first, Take both legs up like a little double leg lift, and then if it feels like you can make it more than little, go for it. 6, 7, right in here, 8, a little bit here and here. 10 more. Good, a little different. Now, stay down, just the top leg. I'm going to use my hand as a little balancing tool. Not a dependency tool, but just a little help. So we're working the hip in ways it's different than it's used to. And then we're going to be flexing on this next set. So I'm still sprinkling in the focus on the shins. All these help with balance and also back care. Now this leg, this hip is going to go in front. It's now out of the way. It's going to try to help, but don't let it help. Let it be disengaged. Toes point on the bottom leg. You will feel your obliques helping you. Just pull in a little bit with your waist before you lift the leg. Notice your jaw is soft. And then you're going to flex. I'm really trying to pull back even with my pinky toes. So my shin. Lift higher than you think. There's another ½ an inch usually in there. And then everything's on the other side. So you can meet me. I'm just grabbing my mic. Okay, both legs on the first set for 20. I like to put a hand here on my obliques because it reminds me, hey, I need your help here, obliques. Just a little corset feeling. There's even a tension here, but not in the jaw, not in the neck, not in the eyes or forehead. A little reminder to breathe in the nose and out the nose. Okay, you look like you're feeling good. This hand, I forgot to mention, I like it here, but then sometimes it's nice to also have here for a support. So kind of feel where you need it. And then you could keep it here like little teepees, point. And this top leg is in a point. The waist is still wear or helping, supportive. The bigger the circle, the more hip work. Breathe in the nose. There's a lot of tiny cues that we just go over and form cues to remember. And we're going to be doing a pull the toe back cue, 10. And for me, I'm thinking pinky toe because sometimes my pinky toe won't pull as much, and I want it to. I want those everters, those perennials working. Peroneals, fibularis. Abs, breathing. And one more, it should feel kind of heavy, and then take that leg out of the way. I'm going to encourage it to relax. This we want soft, not to help and lift us. Bottom inner thigh, try to point. Keep the knee long. There's a little waist contraction. And then we're going to be doing all the toes. So for me, a little bit more focus on the pinky. See what you notice. Or maybe you have to tell yourself knee long. Good. Waist helps. I love it. Awesome job. Awesome job. So I saw everyone had the roller. Let's do a little bit for the rolling out. And one could be, I'm going to start ankle on the thigh like a figure 4, seated on the roller. I may turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. So one idea is hands back, but please know there's all sorts, like let's say that bothers your shoulder, Michelle, you could do it seated. You know, you can get this benefit so many ways. You could roll more tuberosity on the side. You can go all the way up. Maybe get that sit bone. 10, good. 9, 8, super good today. 6, 5, 4, 3, and see if you can keep that breath through your nose. And then you might try the other side. Now, if you find you have a really troubled side more than the other and you need to return to it, please do. I'm just here offering suggestions, and then your body will tell you it might need more work in a place. Good. All through the greater trochanter, all around the sit bone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Touch a little bit. IT. So one foot can be on top and one foot can be off the floor. So that'll make it harder. This top foot though lightens it a little. You can roll down a little, and maybe you need to roll up for more hamstring. You just explore. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then just see, other side, see how it is? Forearm can be helping you out. So if you have any hip pain or knee pain, a lot of times this can help. Try your greater trochanter. Try rolling like you're gently facing the floor a little. There's a hot spot on that TFL. Maybe you need the rolling towards the sky. Yep, just experiment. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on the 1, we're just going to barely hit those quads, both at the same time. One trick is that you're on your forearms and you go back and forth, kind of like when we do those planks. So you could toe out. Yeah. You can toe in. You can be neutral. You can bend and straighten the knees or just bend them. You could deviate to the right leg a little bit. You could deviate to the left leg a little. Five, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale, gently come off. Upper back. I hope you feel strong and flexible after today's class. So lift up your tush and your hands. There, a lot of times it's nice to kind of just put them right behind the skull. Roll back, roll forward, roll back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And now, if you're doing okay, great. If you want to touch the lat, Michelle and Karen, I think both of you might really like this one based on what you've told me. Betty, this should also help with what you and I have talked about too. So I'll just say in general, the lats, when they're tight, they internally rotate the arm, and that can make you feel forward in the upper back or head. It's also a great way if you've had any shoulder tightness. Can you feel that? Like it's so, yes. So I would say to you, I don't have any shoulder pain, but when I'm on this, I am like, whoo, I need to get ahead of this because that's a That's a tight area right there. And kind of like, you can't go wrong, but you can go further back on your scapula or right at the back of your armpit, usually more. But you know, can you feel your rear deltoid? So that area should help with also if you have any low back pain, because it pulls the back into compression. Well, hello. Hi. Doing good? Has it been a good day? Have you had a good day? Yeah. And keep rolling it out. Hello, girl. And then we'll get the other side. She's adopted well to her new home. Hi. Everything okay on the farm? All the ducks and the chickens? All the goats? That's what she does. She checks on all the animals. All the pigs? Everybody good? And you're just rolling out that armpit. Everybody good? All the fruit trees? All my potatoes that I grew? And you're rolling out the back. Can one arm feel different than the other, or do you feel like the shoulder's different? Like Michelle, I'd be curious to see if your arm is, yeah, it is tighter on the one. I mean, it's generally going to be good for anyone, just because we're dominant, especially the dominant arm, but just because our arms are forward and the back, who can't use any support on the back. You sit down, roll back, 10, 9, 8, yep, 7, matching. So keep breathing through your nose. If you have any areas that I didn't touch and you need to get them, you know, please feel free. 5. And I'd love to hear back just to let me know. I can see that it's working on your arm. Good. And then we're going to do a stretch for the upper back. Now, one trick, some people like a yoga block underneath. You could roll horizontal in the part of my back that's the most rounded. The head might touch. I've got a long neck though, and I'm extended, you know, in my spine. So if you need a yoga block, don't feel bad at all. You can put it under your head. Sometimes people feel better with bent knees as well, or feet on the floor. Nice. That's good, Betty. And then feel your breath. Breathe in your nose and feel it go to your upper back. And imagine the breath, because it's expanding the lungs, the ribs expand, and then they're attached to your spine. So you're creating some space between the vertebra too. This is a chance for there to be space in the spine and the rib cage. The intervertebral disc have a chance to get plump, especially if you drink some water today. Breathe in. And then take an inhale, and then we're going to come up, but just notice how your back's flat on the floor. So if you can, lie on the floor and see if your back's flat. And if you would like to put your feet up on the wall with the sacral block or the foam roller underneath your hips, you can. It's going to be like, it's called legs up on the wall in yoga. And lift your hips and you'll get a decompression of the lumbar spine. And relax your mind by letting yourself focus on your breath. Breathe in your nose and see if you can expand your diaphragm, ribs, and chest. Breathe in, feel your belly, ribs, and chest. We don't get many chances like this to just slow everything down and give the mind a chance to break. Just feel it. If you want a word or a mantra, peace, wellness, let go, ease and flow. You can use a mantra that works for you. Refill, rejuvenate. Now when you're ready, you can gently come off the foam roller. Notice how you feel. And you can take your time to come up to a seated position. And we're going to just float into a rotation. So your arms just float and you add a rotation to the side. Look over your shoulder. Inhale, open your arms, open the spine, and exhale, rotate to the side. As you're ready, gently come back, and we're going to hit a lateral flexion. This is going to feel so good. Now, take some rotations if you'd care to. These are for the back, shoulder. It should feel open now that we've done the foam roller release. Inhale, continue the theme of rejuvenation or refilling your cup as you go to the other side. Fill your cup, rejuvenate, slow everything down. That should feel better. Come up, one little interlace finger position, so you're just lifting up your hips. Open up the shoulders, open up the torso. And then you can let your hands come down for a moment. We're going to inhale and refill our cup. Lull ourselves with wellness, and exhale, let anything that doesn't serve that higher good go. Inhale, refill our cup. And exhale, let everything else go. Rejuvenation, inhale. Catch it in the air, place it in your hand, in that little space underneath the palm. Soak it into your heart and feel all that nourishment. We're going to set an intention to stay closely connected to this sense of peace, well-being, and rejuvenation. Anytime we need to come back to it, we know we can come back to deep breaths, feeling a quiet mind and clarity, and reclaim our natural peace with so much appreciation. Thank you so much. How's everybody feeling? Good? Yes, very good. Okay, good blend. I'm so thrilled. Looking good on my end. I hope that you feel great. Have a great day. Happy Monday.